Essere o stare? Questo è il dilemma.
To be or to stay? That is the question. Okay, this isn't exactly what Shakespeare meant, but as a student of Italian, I'm sure this question has popped into your mind quite a few times. Now, as a beginner, you're taught that essere is the equivalent of the English to be, whereas stare means to stay in most cases. But then why do you say,
Dov'è il tabaccaio? Sta dietro l'angolo.
where is the tobacconist? It's around the corner. Well, unfortunately, these two verbs are much more complex than you might think. But don't worry, in this video lesson, I'll explain the differences between these two verbs, which can easily be confused, especially when they have the same past participle, stato. Does it mean I was, or I stayed, or both, or neither? In some cases, these two verbs have similar uses, but with different nuances, while there are specific contexts in which only one of these verbs makes sense. Let's take a look at how and when you should use essere and stare in Italian. Iniziamo! Ciao, my name is Michelle, my dad is Italian, and I'm named after my nonno, and I learned Italian as an adult, just like you. My passion and goal is to help others like you to learn Italian as well, through the power of my unique 80-20 method and online self-paced language courses. The verb essere. Let's take a look at all the cases where the verb essere is used. But first, let's see how it is conjugated in the present tense. Remember that essere, together with avere, doesn't fall into any of the typical are, ere, or ire conjugation groups, but it has its own special irregular conjugation.
Sono, sei, è. Siamo, siete, sono.
The verb essere is used to express existence and identity. Now, the first use of the verb essere, meaning to be, or is or are, is to express existence, essence, and identity. That is, to describe the quality or condition, which can be permanent or just temporary, of an object or a person. From a grammatical point of view, the verb essere is used with a noun or an adjective. Let's look at the following examples.
Claudia è intelligente.
Claudia is smart.
Oggi il tempo è bello.
Today the weather is nice.
Federica è mia sorella.
Federica is my sister.
Per il momento, Luca è il mio commercialista.
For the moment, Luca is my accountant. Notice how in the first and second sentences, essere is used with an adjective describing either a permanent quality, which is Claudia being a smart person, or a temporary one, the weather being nice today. In the third and fourth examples, a noun follows essere. Now this can also indicate a permanent condition, Federica being my sister, or a temporary one, Luca being my accountant for now. This use of essere also applies to all other cases in which you want to describe yourself, your nationality, your origins, your job, and so on. For example,
Sono Giulia, sono italiana, sono di Roma e sono un'infermiera.
I'm Julia, I'm Italian, I'm from Rome, and I'm a nurse. The verb essere is used to indicate a location. The verb essere is also used to describe the location, permanent or temporary, of something or someone. For example,
Sono a scuola.
I'm at school.
Siamo da Mario.
We're at Mario's.
Firenze è in Toscana.
Florence is in Tuscany.
Dov'è Roberto?
Where is Roberto? Notice how in these cases, essere is often accompanied by a preposition of place, such as
In, a, da.
and so on. Attenzione! In some dialects and regional uses, the verb essere here can be replaced with stare, so you might hear phrases like
Sto a casa.
instead of,
Sono a casa. Sto al bar.
instead of.
Sono al bar.
The verb essere is used with the pronoun ci. Now the combination of essere plus ci can have different meanings. One of the most common ones is indicating presence, especially in the forms of
C'è.
for the singular and
Ci sono.
in the plural. For example,
C'è un nuovo ragazzo nella mia classe.
There's a new boy in my class.
Sul tavolo ci sono 3 libri.
There are 3 books on the table. This use of esserci corresponds to the English there is, there are. Esserci, however, also has different nuances of meaning, such as being ready or understanding. The following examples will make this clearer.
Ci siamo tutti? Bene, allora possiamo cominciare.
Are we all here? Good, then we can start.
Fabio, ci sei? Il treno sta per partire.
Fabio, are you there? The train is about to leave. In the last example, esserci means to be there, as in to be ready. Take a look at the next example.
E questa, Lara, è la differenza tra sapere e conoscere. Ci sei fin qui?
And this, Lara, is the difference between sapere and conoscere. So far, so good?
Sì, ci sono. Tutto chiaro.
Yes, I got it. Everything's clear. This example shows how esserci is used to say, have you understood? Or to confirm that everything is clear. I'm there, meaning I've understood and we can move on. So, ci siamo? Then let's move on to the verb stare. Now let's take a look at all the cases where the verb stare is used. But before we do that, let's take a look at how it's conjugated in the present tense.
Sto, stai, sta. Stiamo, state, stanno.
Using the verb stare to mean to feel. First of all, stare is used to express a temporary physical and psychological condition in replacement of the verb sentirsi, to feel. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the expressions.
Come stai? Sto bene. Male.
Which are the first things students of Italian learn, meaning, how are you? I'm well or I'm not well. Other than being conventional ways to greet someone, the question come stai or come sta can be asked to genuinely inquire about the state of health of someone. Here, stare can be replaced by sentirsi. Take a look at this example.
Come sta? Si sente. Giuseppe? L'ultima volta che l'ho visto non stava, si sentiva bene.
How is Giuseppe? Last time I saw him, he wasn't feeling well. Unlike essere, stare is only used with an adverb, not a noun or adjective, when it means to feel. For example,
Stare bene, male, così così.
to be well, not well, so. Using the verb stare to mean staying. Another use of stare is to indicate the location or position of something, like the verb to stay in English. In this case, it could be replaced by the verb restare. For example,
Questa sera restiamo a casa.
tonight we're staying at home.
Restiamo in questo resort per una settimana.
We're staying at this resort for a week. The verb stare is used to indicate temporary behaviours. Another case in which stare is used is to describe temporary conditions or behaviours, like in these expressions.
Stare zitti, in silenzio.
To be quiet,
Stare in ansia.
to be anxious,
Stare calmi.
to keep calm. Attenzione! Here, the verb stare can be replaced with essere. The difference is that while essere focuses on a quality of the subject, stare expresses more intentionality, and it's often used as an order or command. For example,
Stai calmo.
stay calm. The verb stare is used with the pronoun ci. Like esserci, starci can also have more than one meaning. We use it to say that we agree on something, that we're in or that we're up or down for doing something. Take a look at these examples.
Andiamo al cinema stasera? Ci sto.
Shall we go to the cinema tonight? I'm up for that.
Ci stai per una partita a poker?
Are you in for a game of poker? Starci also means to get in, to fit, as in to have enough space. For example,
Questo portafoglio non ci sta nella mia borsetta.
this wallet doesn't fit in my handbag.
Non ci stiamo tutti in macchina.
We can't all get in the car. Phrases with stare. Now, stare is also used in some particular expressions with a specific meaning. For example, stare plus the gerund. Now this indicates an action in progress. For example,
In questo momento Paola sta leggendo e Teresa sta facendo la doccia.
in this moment, Paola is reading and Teresa is taking a shower. Stare per plus the infinitive. Now this describes what is just about to happen in the next few moments or a short amount of time. For example,
L'aereo sta per decollare.
the plane is about to take off.
Sto per chiamare Elena.
I'm about to call Eleanor. Other idiomatic phrases with stare. Stare plus the indirect pronoun in the weak form. For example,
Mi sta, ti sta, gli sta.
it's mostly used with clothes and it means to look good or to look bad on someone. For example,
Come mi sta questa gonna? Ti sta benissimo.
how does this skirt look on me? It looks amazing on you.
Stare ai fatti, ai dati.
This means to stay focused on the facts or data. For example,
Non voglio ascoltare le tue strane ipotesi sull'accaduto. Preferisco stare ai fatti.
I don't want to listen to your weird hypothesis on what happened. I prefer to stick to the facts. So, based on what we've learned so far, sono stato or sono stata can mean both I was and I stayed. It all depends on the context and the other elements of the sentence. Hai capito? Now you can test yourself by taking my free quiz. You'll find the link pinned below this video. Want to learn the most important Italian verbs? Make sure you join my 30-day Intrepid Italian Verbs Challenge. More details below this video. For more Italian lessons, don't miss this video and this video. A presto! Ciao!